Custom shafts, stability shafts, all for your putter. Do you even need a custom putter shaft? Well, this video is going to have it all for you. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things I saw on tour with some of the best players in the game, testing all three of these shafts with those players. Let's get into it. Putters have changed so much over the last 4 decades when it comes to design, when it comes to head weight. Right here in my hand, I've got 2 blades and a mallet. In its simplest form, the mallet is a larger putter head with a higher MOI. You know I always tread carefully whenever I drop that word in there, but it's moment of inertia. What does that mean, Trotty? As always, it means if you strike the ball away from the center, it's a reduction to twist. With putting, when we hit a ball from the area through to the green, we know that from 15 feet at the Kingdom, when we test with tour players, not every time do they hit the center of the face. So you're going to need a shaft that reacts to that and stops the putter face from twisting at impact. Through working with Tiger Woods, getting him into the Ardmore 3 from TaylorMade, we learned a lot about the putter shaft that he uses, which was a lighter shaft and a softer shaft and a thinner diameter than anything I'd actually used before on the standard putter shafts at TaylorMade. Why was Tiger using that? Because he uses a lighter head weight and he wanted the feel. Over time, putters have evolved and head weight has increased. With that, Tiger would use that lighter shaft, the custom one that he played, and was very specific about it. I know we had the same situation with Hideki Matsuyama when we'd work him into different putters. But we learned over time, as the head's weight went up, in the putters, you'd need a heavier golf shaft to combat that head weight. So keep that in mind when it comes to Tiger's putter and the head weight. And that brings us to putter shaft number 1 in today's video I'm going to talk to you about. It's the CT Tour putter shaft from KBS. This CT is a constant taper, meaning that the shaft has a consistent flow in the diameter from the grip section down to the head section. It's also a little bit heavier than that Tiger shaft we're talking about to combat the heavier head weight. So with a putter shaft like this, and it's all going to be based on feel for you, the individual. That's massive. But you are going to see something will stand out. And I'd even challenge you when you hit your putts in your putter fitting, try to hit one slightly out the toe, one slightly out the heel, and you'll notice on this constant taper shaft offering from KBS that it gives you a bit more of a stable feel. Now there are levels to this where you can go beyond, and I'm going to jump straight from here, possibly into the most stable offering from KBS, which is something we've seen come to life in more recent times. Now that is going to be the GPS. This is actually a graphite shaft. You wouldn't be able to tell. It comes into the stability family of golf shafts. Check them out online. There are many of these now in the marketplace. Remember, the putter head weight has gone up. The MOI has gone up. We've also got putters like this coming into the game, the Zero Torque putter from TaylorMade, which is in a longer offering here. So when you go into graphite, now you have the stability due to the way that they can weave this golf shaft and make it much more stable, that as you hit longer putts or you go for super heavy head weights in these longer putters, be it an arm lock, be it a broomstick or anything like that, now you're going to be into a place where if you miss the center on a longer putter, because of the mass and the weight, this thing's going to twist even more. So having a golf shaft that can stabilize that becomes crucial. With the graphite, it then gives you the feel. Now, where do we test these ones with the best players in the world? And the truth is we go for the longer putts. And even in a small practice session, you will see when you hit your 50-foot putt, which yes, believe it or not, even us as great players, we do hit it to 50 feet, then you're gonna have to hit that first putt. By having this stability shaft in play, and that's where I'd try it out first, you're gonna see that on an off-center strike, you get the ball into a much tighter proximity to the hole for that second putt. That, for me, is where I'd always test these GPS graphite stability putter shafts. Yeah, it comes in a lot of funky colors. You can see here and see in the cabinet. I'm more going for the black shaft myself. That works for me. That's all personal choice. They make no difference. I would say try this out on short ones too, and you do need quite a heavy head weight to get the full benefits out of this heavier graphite stable golf shaft. Look at all these putters behind me. I mean, there's many. There's probably, what, 50 right here. They're all set up for your standard build, standard wrist to floor measurement, standard posture, standard width. What happens if that ain't you? There's a strong chance that ain't you. This is a club that we use on every single hole. This, for me, is almost the #1 club that you should be fitting in your bag. If fitting you're still not sure about, start here, and I guarantee you'll see the benefits. And then the last one for today's video that I'm looking at, and look, this might be a lot for people to take. This is going to be the One Step. I tried the prototype with this with Dustin Johnson out at Riviera a few years ago. He put it into play in a spider for a period of time. Now, what he played around with was how he would tip cut the tip of the golf shaft, because this is extremely responsive. At the top of this video, I spoke about that skinny, softer feel shaft that Tiger Woods would use, that Hideki famously used. This is capturing that, but it's giving you dampening of feel beyond the One Step. It's giving you stability in the butt end, but it's trying to give you feel where it one steps down into this thinner taper. This is a very interesting golf shaft, and I think you'll learn over time the type of putter that you become as a player. Tiger's uber feel. Dustin is uber feel. If you start to get more mechanical and get into something in the modern day technology, we've seen that these sweeper style putters are becoming more popular. The Adam Scott longer one is becoming more popular. If you go more robotic down there, and I can even feel the weight just holding these two up in the dead weight. But if you move down this avenue, this probably isn't for you. But if you're someone who wants to have fantastic feel and response, get rid of unwanted vibrations, but still embrace some tech, then the One Step could absolutely be an option that you need to look at. It comes back to everything with putting. You've got to be creative. I saw some posts online this week covering it perfectly. I want you to get into your controlled environment like this, where you're hitting your 15-foot putt, get your chalk line down or your laser. Let's have a look at all of that. But if you go too far, you can really screw yourself on this. It has to be an art. You have to know that you're reading greens correctly. There's more to putting with loft and lie and with sight line that marries up to what you need. Do you put a line down on the golf ball to match that is all part of the factor. But one of the first silos and the first tick boxes you need to cover, are you going to go down the super stiff GPS route that then gives you the stability with still some of the feel because it's graphite? Do you want to get into the constant taper that is more on the traditional line but bringing it into modern times? Or do you want the feel and the dampening of the vibrations that can be offered by the One Step? Or are you someone who actually can't get over the fact that it has this different shaped golf shaft in the middle? It's a very interesting topic to cover, and it's a very important one because it's your custom feel. And I have no issue with you having different loft and lies and different needs on your putter for the types of greens and the places you play at. It's something we absolutely did on the tour with Jason Day, with Rory McIlroy, with Dustin Johnson, with John Rahm. Different lofts would be used for different coasts and different grasses. If these boys are getting into it, then you should be considering it too. And they've all tested these 3 shafts when it comes to feel and offering. If you've got any questions, get down in the description, get down in the comments. I've got some links in there that'll help you. And of course, I'll answer all the comments as I get to them. Be sure to subscribe. We've got plenty more coming on products and stuff that you should be trying in this off season. The Ryder Cup is swept up, wrapped up. Well done, Europe. You go, boys. But at the end of the day, now's the chance for us to lock down for the winter and really dial in some specific equipment needs that can help us coming out into next year. Putting is low-lying fruit. There's no reason that we all can't be absolute bladesmen on the greens.